Welcome everyone, Drake Hawkins with you, and we are going to be starting a new series on Factorio. So I'm going to go ahead through real quick with the setup that we're doing, and this is going to be a longer sort of a start. Basically, we're going to skim through all of the nonsense at the beginning until we get to the point where we can actually do something that's entertaining. So we're going to give you the very revised, shortened version of the beginning. So we're starting on Rail World. I know, not a very Drake thing to do, but don't be too scared. I'm really here because I'm enabling alien expansions as per normal. We can't possibly have Factorio without bugs, right? I'm also going to tweak a few things slightly upwards in resources. We're going to go to good rather than regular on the resource volumes. And the overall story theme concept here is going to be fairly straightforward, but we're going to generate a few previews here. Actually, we're not, because I already have one that I loaded. But this is the gist of it. It's going to be a Railworld style, Railworld general map, but it also has biters that will expand, basically, is the only deal. So we're, you get a variety. We're actually looking for something that's fairly forested. It's going to be, this one's forested. But I already have one generated. I'm going to go ahead and load that up. Let's close this and load that one up, and then we will show you what's going on there. Right, so there's the map seed, and if anybody's interested, I can give you the string to the map. But let's go ahead and generate. I think that's all the settings I wanted, right? Everything's set up right. The biters are enabled, able to expand, but they're not set on crazy. In fact, I think I'm going to tweak this. No, the minimum cool is 15 minutes is good. Actually, you know what? No, 30 minutes. So they'll expand very slowly, but they will expand. We don't want them to go too crazy because this is not all about the biters like I normally am. Pollution, diffusion ratios, dissipation rate, minimum damage to trees, absorption. Yeah, okay, that's good. I think these are all pretty good. This is fairly standard for evolution ratings. And we set all of these to good. Why is that one on very good? We'll leave that on good, big, and very low and low. All right, let's generate our map, see what we get here. All right, so as you can see in the top left corner, we are going to be doing the Lazy Bastard achievement, but this is going to be our Factorio organic, local, and non-GMO run. So let's get started. Basically, what this is the Lazy Bastard achievement requires us to only craft 111 items in our inventory, which is a little bit beastly unpleasant. We could do this, and then we could grab some coal, but there's actually a rock over here that is one of these big, giant, huge rocks. Look how long it takes to craft this darn thing, or to break this thing up. He's like basically poking at a giant rock with a stick, maybe kicking it too if his boots are steel-toed, and that's about it. And he's gonna have to do that for a very long time to get this rock. But it's worth 37 stone and 37 coal. There's a few of these around sometimes on your map, so mouse over them every once in a while. They're actually quite valuable at the beginning. There we go. So he's got this giant stack, 46 actually. How'd that happen? Oh, right. Did I start with coal? How did I get 36 stone and 46 coal? Not that I'm going to complain. All right, so this thing is now fueled, so it's going to sit there and indefinitely fill. Well, not indefinitely. It's going to fill this stone furnace. We're going to use that as the chest. That'll be our first stage. We'll do that until we have the coal required to produce enough iron. I'm going to put up a list on the screen of the resources that we're going to gather, that our goal is to gather. We're not doing any unnecessary crafts, not at all. So this will be a while. I'll probably take the better part of an hour to do all of this, and you're welcome. I will do it off screen and let you skip all the boring parts. So we'll wait until this thing has crafted us a ton of resources. See there, there's already surplus. He's got 50 in the drill, and he's going to fill 50 into the stone furnace. I'll sit here. It's a good time to go ahead and do some YouTubing, some browsing of other content on our channel. Hint, hint, self-plug. But that's where we're going to leave that for now. I will be back in a moment, and it'll be only a moment to you, but it's going to be like half an hour to me. And we're going to gather some stone, or some coal. We're going to gather some iron, and then we're going to go up at the map here. We're going to go up north here and gather some copper. There'll be a list on the screen of how much of each I'm planning to gather, and that'll be enough to get us started with all the basics, and then we'll come back and we'll explain what we're going to build and how we're going to get this 111 11T1 as the hobbits call it for the Lazy Bastard achievement. So we'll be right back. Okay, we are continuing our gathering here. So far I've gathered the coal that we needed. The list is going to, or the link to the Catherine of Sky's guide on Steam. I would highly recommend, if you're going to do this, to go check her stream out, or her Let's Play out, but as well, more importantly, her guide, which is great. It gives all the details, everything you need to build, breaks it down, tells you the full total amount of resources, everything. It's like ultra lazy, which is what we want. So basically it's 1 wood, 50 copper, about 200 coal, and these are rounded up numbers, and about 150 iron. That's what we're going for right now. So we got 36 iron, 50 copper, and we've gathered plenty of coal to do everything. So we're going to do one thing while that iron continues its progression. There was a coal, there you go, yeah, another one. Those big rocks that I gathered, we're going to gather like as many of those as we can see in the close proximity to us. They'll give us a nice little boost. It'll also give me enough stone to kind of bootstrap the initial the initial furnace production once we do get assembly machines. So there's going to still be a lot of off time here. There's off-screen time will definitely be a lot of it still. I'm going to go around, look at where I can find these things, the huge rocks with the coal and the stone in them, and then, yeah, see, look at that. Plus 40. It gave a different amount of resources than it said it was going to. Oh, autosaves. There is more stone. Let's have a look. You can see them on the mini map too. So these, see that? Stone, just stone, just stone. Those don't gather. Those don't have what I'm looking for. You ain't got what I'm looking for, mister. It looks like we got another lake up to the north. I have no idea what this map is going to provide. I don't even remember oh, there's one. What it had on it as far as resources around us, because I didn't pay attention when I generated, or I didn't remember when I generated it. And I did that off screen. I generated a bunch of maps until I found one that looked, just in the preview, looked reasonable enough to do what we wanted. So yeah, so our goal is to create electricity to power a science lab so that we can power the lab long enough to build 10 science packs, or process 10 science packs to get us automation. Automation is going to give us the ability to build the first assembler, and from then on, we only have 2 necessary builds. Now, you can do this one of 2 ways. You can say, I'm going to do the absolute minimum possible. And this particular, on the current build, that looks like one up there, yeah. On the current build, that is 106. Oh, I thought that was another one. 106 crafts. It used to be, originally when it was designed, the devs made the goal, they figured out how much the absolute minimum was, which was 101, and they gave us 10, leeway of 10 things to kind of, people say, well, it's just in case. Anybody who's doing this seriously isn't going to do it in case, an accidental. Oops, because you can shut off crafting, and we are going to do that because Drake is not that consistently good at not hitting the wrong buttons. So you can, is that one back there? No. Okay, we can definitely. Oh, it looked like another one back there. Is that a rock behind there? No, it's trees. All right, trees we'll kill later. I do like gathering trees. Like I like using trees. Just I don't know why. I'm strange. I'm like a dwarf that likes living above the ground. Hammerhelm, if anybody's interested in a dwarf living above the ground game. It's strange. But anyways, we, what was I saying? Reasons, things. Yeah, we can craft 10 extra points, and we are going to use some of them. You can, like I said, you can either go for, I'm going to do the absolute bare bones minimum, which is 106. Or you can use the extra 5 as kind of like quality of life bonuses, I would call them. Ooh, coal. A big coal deposit, it looks like. Oh yeah, we got hardy amounts of coal over here. That's not bad. It's not too far from us. Good point that brings up. I want to do a different style of Factorio than I've ever done. I'm not going to be doing. I know this is local, organic, non-GMO'd, and oh, that's biters. And that to me is going to mean, ooh, I really want that, but I don't think the biters are going to let me. I think that's too close. To me, that's going to mean getting, I'm going to risk it, of course, because why not? That means getting, oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, man, they're good. That's good. Come on. Let me gather it. Yeah, I can get that one without getting your attention. To me, that's going to mean a spaghetti factory. I like the old spaghetti factory. I like the new spaghetti factory that we're going to make here, though. We are going to make a system where my focus is going to be on micro factories. So there's going to be a factory that'll do, like, say we're making green circuits in an area. We're going to make green circuits, and kind of like, who did it? Who did the towns build? If somebody remembers, link it in the comments, or tell me in the comments, and I can put in a link for it. Hopefully we don't get their attention here. Yeah. I don't think we do. It's super dark, hard to see, and kind of scary. Someone did a stream. Who was it? Man, it was a really good series, too. I'm going to try to remember and put the link in the comments as well. Or in a comment or in the description. But did a series that was towns, and it's basically the idea of kind of building like you would do a model railroad system where you had various different towns feeding the community, and they were all interworking with each other. Basically, that's what I want to do. I want to have a factorio that basically has like all of your, it's organically built. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to go for. So I think it's going to be very hard to actually spot. I don't know if you guys can see anything. If you can, that's awesome, because I can't see it. Diddly squat right now. I am entirely blinded here. I have no idea what I'm going to run into trees because I can't see squat. I wouldn't mind having a good light mod that works with this version. If anybody knows, I'll add that in. Speaking of mods, there are 2 mods. I think I've got 2 mods active. I've got Squeek Through, mostly just so that I can not fumble around too much with trying to run around places when things are, not built with easy access. Like, for instance, you can't normally walk between these 2 buildings, but I can because I've got Squeek Through. So there's that. That's one mod. The other mod is these lights, and this just indicates that this thing is working and that it's able to get resources, input and output, and it's working fine. This indicates that it has no output available. Now it's green again because it can keep working. That's the gist of it. That's all it's going to do. It's called the workflow. I think it's called the workflow mod. I'll put them in the description, but that's all there is going to be to it. We got 136. We got 221 stone. We got over 200 coal now, 50 iron. Okay, or 50 copper. Well, let's go grab a tree. That's what we need. We could get more, I suppose, but we need a tree. You notice I don't have a crafting tool yet, because as much as that's an early game quality of life thing, when it gets to end game, I would rather build another what's it called? Another oil refinery. I'd rather have another oil refinery going than have an early game pickaxe. Like, it's a no-brainer to me. So, okay, so we have to build a few things. One craft of this small electric pole. If you look at these when I mouse over it, it is yellow on the wood and the copper cables, because we have to pocket craft those. Now, we could independently just go click here and click there, but we're going to go just here, click on the small electric pole. It's going to make 2 of them. We only actually need 1. That's 3 crafts. There you go. I was going to say 2 crafts. It's 3 crafts in total. We have to do this in 111 minimum. We're going to make 1 steam engine. I like how it says base mod and Squeek Through is attached to that, because that's interesting. That object is affected by it, maybe? This one isn't? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm not sure why some of them show it and some don't, but we're going to make 1 steam engine, because we have to make the basic power. You notice it's making all of the subsidiary parts, so that's another big chunk of crafts. Where are we at now? 17. Okay, we are going to need a laboratory. That's a huge chunk of crafts. Look at them all. None of that can be crafted because we have to do everything in hand. So let's see. That'll bring us to, I don't know, 70-something, I think, by the time it's done. We're going to need 10 labs. So I'm going to right-click twice. That's 5, and that's 10. Make sure that you... Why is my mouse gone? Why did my mouse just freeze? Oh, there we go. That was weird. I don't know what was going on there. It's like suspense bonus. Our laboratory, yay, and our steam engine, and our power pole. Okay, what else do we need? Well, the list says we also need a boiler, but one of the things the boiler needs is a stone furnace, and we have one right here. So we're going to use that stone furnace when it's done being amazing at giving us lots of iron. We're going to take this apart. There we go. And I'm actually going to put that guy over here for the moment. Can you go there? And we can power you. And I can stand there and hit F. There you go. See? Look, he's going to gather there's 48 and 49. Excellent. So we're just about done those. We need the boiler to... he's only going to run when we pick up his coal. So we need this boiler to finish. This is the last process of iron. Excellent. That should be more than enough. So let's pick him up as well, because we need him in our inventory in order to... we need to personify... Oh, the furnace. Yay, the furnace. I forgot to shut the furnace off. It will be done here momentarily, but this boiler is going to craft 4, plus we now have the stone furnace in our hand, so it's not going to use that. There we go. It consumed our stone furnace. You got to check that. And we now have a boiler, a steam engine, a power pole. We need our pump. We need our offshore pump. Let's make that. One of those, please. And I think that's everything we need to get things rolling. So let's go set that up, and then we will continue. Alright, that was driving me crazy. Had to fix the volume. Okay, so down here we have water. Well, let's put our pump down somewhere. Really doesn't matter where at this point. Ooh, it auto turns. Ooh, very fancy. And this needs to come off the edge differently than before. Yes. Let's put it there. And let's put this boiler here. And let's put some coal in there. And let's put a power line in there. And then let's put our laboratory in there. And then let's put our science in there. Yay! But we have no science going. Well, let's pick. Automation is the science that we need. It is key technology for automating mass production. It takes 10 science packs. Science pack 1 times 10 red, and 10 needed for research, 1 unit in lab. Okay. Assembly machine 1 is what this is going to open up for us, which is what we need to craft the rest of everything. Look at it. It's alive. All right. So I'll let that process, and we'll be back once automation is finished in a couple moments. Alright, that's the sound of automation finishing. Fantastic. Okay, now we can craft this new thing, the assembly plant machine 1. Right now we have 90 crafts completed. We can craft an assembly machine 1, which takes 9 iron plates, which we have. The yellow items is the gears and the electronics. We can't craft those until we make this assembly machine, so let's make it right now and see how many crafts we have left. Okay, gears, and then 5 copper cables, and then 3 electronic circuits. Alright, that has our assembly machine 1 finished, and now we can do cool stuff. Like, I'm not sure what. Well, we can research more research. We can make gears. So from now on, we don't craft anything except for what is it called? The assembly machine 2 we eventually have to make. That'll be our next focus on our research. We have to do electronics to get down here to automation 2. So let's do electronics. That'll give us our filter inserters, or filter inserters. It costs 30 research, and each one of them is 15 seconds timing. Go ahead and get that going. We don't have the stuff for it, so can't do that yet. What we're going to do here is get this assembler to make us things like gears and whatnot. But before we do, we're going to hit tilde, that's the thing to the left of the one, and hit, what is it, /permissions? I think. There it is. Default, the group of Drake Hawkins. Let's see, what do we need to do? Add. Let's, no, not that. Where is it? There's commands I can do here, right? Clone the group. Nope, didn't want to do that. Trash that group. Permissions group. I want to do something here. Show players. Remove players. I know there's a command to edit. Oh, edit selected group. There we go. I knew it was in there somewhere. There is a command called craft. That is pocket crafting. And I think that's the only one we have to deactivate. So let's do that to make sure we did it right. I think that's saved right as is. So if I go in here and I tell it to craft me an iron stick, it won't. It won't craft anything because I don't have permission to do that nasty, scary thing. So we're going to do it here. We're going to say gears is what this thing's going to make. And we're going to give it a bunch of iron. Look at that. Look at that. Machines making things for us. Nothing possibly could go wrong with machines making more machines, right? That is a perfectly safe thing to have happen. Let's make some iron plate, or iron sticks. I would say what is it, control click? 1, 2, 4, 6, good. That's enough, thank you. None of this nonsense. I go ahead and make that 1, 2 of them, that's fine. We now have a tool, that's excellent. Lets us pick things up and put things down a lot easier. The other thing I want is a stone furnace. There we go, stone furnace. Let's make a couple of those. Let's make, I don't know, 5 of those. We got lots of stone, so... Alright, now we have stone furnaces. We can put back to work on that. I don't think we can make... No, this assembler cannot make us more burner mining drills, unfortunately. So, we can make a chest, though. That might be a good idea. To do so, we actually need to make wood. I love how you have to make all the components independently in this version. Since we have, since we can't pocket craft, when you pocket craft something and you say, hey, give me an iron chest. Oh no, that's a bad example. Give me a wooden chest. It says, okay, the resource required is 4 wood. I have it right now, so it'll use it. If I don't have it, like something like this, if it's yellow, it'll just queue up the craft of all of them. Well, you can't do that in machines. Machines are not that smart. There you go, make me 1 chest. Perfect. Now I have a place to store things. I'm not really sure why I needed that, but I wanted one. What else? We need some more copper. Let's do the copper. Let's turn all the copper into copper cables. Can we do that? Is that a smart thing to do? I don't think that's a smart thing to do. That's a terribly unsmart thing to do, but I did it anyways. We still have 9 of them. I need to make these, which requires those. Okay, so that's how we make our research pots. We need to make iron gears and copper plates. So let's go make some more copper plates, since we're going to need that for our circuits. And up here is our drill that's still sitting there. Look how fast I can pick them up. I'm so pro at this now. It's because I have a pickaxe. You are going to drill me some more goodies. And we'll go ahead and power both of those. If I can grab some copper. I mean coal, the other black thing. Alright, let that happen. That'll build us some... There we go. Some copper plates. We're going to need 30 research, is it? For this. Let's check again. 30 science pack 1s. Or the red science. So let's go ahead and make sure we have... Well, we have enough of those anyways. Let's make sure we get lots of that copper going. We have to keep that guy smelting away until we are ready. There's our 5 research labs. We can throw them in there. No iron gears. Okay, let's make some more gears. I want to get the research labs first and get them going, or the research packs first, because that's the only thing that matters at this point, is building 30 research packs for electronics, and then it's 80 for automation too. So that's going to be a large, long-scale process. So we will continue that research off-screen once we get kind of a goodly amount of things stored. I'm going to let that finish using up all our iron. And then we'll switch this up to science packs and give him all he needs and go grab some more copper. Again, we're at 104 of 111 crafts. We're going to go to a maximum of 111. We're probably going to use them all up, but we won't go any higher than that. And that's because I'll basically use them so that we get the biggest bang for a buck time-wise, because it's going to be really annoying when we try to do oil refineries, because an oil refinery, I don't think I can... No, I have to have the tech for it, but let's find the tech for it. I'll show you what I mean. Before I do, though, let's give this guy his supplies. Good, he can make a bunch of those research labs. Not here. It's under tech. Let's look at the tech. Why can I not? Why is this not working? Okay, that's supposed to work. But anyways, oil, oil, oil. Where are you? This is oil here. Oil processing. So these oil pump jacks. That's not what I'm saying. Pump jacks are fine. They take 4. The oil refineries take 5 objects. We can't make 5 object things in our assembly 2s because right now we're working on electronics, automation. See this? 4 ingredients. So the assemblers that take 4 ingredients, we need the assembler, where is it? Automation 2, there's automation 3. It takes purple, blue, green, and red science in order to make this. And that's allowed to do 6 ingredients, and nothing's ever bigger than 6 ingredients. I think our rocket, our final end game rocket is actually smaller than that. Where is it? The rocket silo. Yeah, it's only 5 ingredients. So we are going to basically get us this one, and then we'll have to wait a very long time to get this guy. So I think we need to have oil refining long before we get this because it takes speed modules which are post petroleum. So we have to craft at least 1 oil refinery. That's the advanced version. At least 1 oil refinery by hand. But this, if I save these extra 5, it'll get to 106. If I save the 5 spare that we've got, we can use them to make 5 oil refineries, or 6 basically oil refineries instead of just 1, which will be a huge boost later. Big time saver. So we'll let this keep crafting. There's a lot of oil for it to, or a lot of time needed for it to craft all these, and then it's going to need to craft 80 more right after that, and they require, yeah, they're only 5-second timers, so the bottleneck will be in the crafting of the red science. So we'll go ahead and get that going, and I'll put in a cut, or not a cut here, I'll put in a pause in the video here. I'll let us craft a bunch of, smelt a bunch of stuff, craft a bunch of red science pack 1s, and then I'll get back to you when we've got some more of electronics finished. Alright, that's electronics finished, and now we have to do automation 2. This one's going to take 80 science packs to do. Well, we don't have 80 science packs, I'll tell you that much. We have 16 in stock. Apparently we didn't tell it to start that. So let's go ahead. There we go. Automation 2. So yeah, we're going to keep crafting, and I'll be back in like a million years when that's ready. We got our iron going up here. I gathered some copper. We're going to have to gather more. There's 65 iron. That's good. Basically, we need 1 iron. I think it's 1 per plate. 2 iron plates to make 1 wheel. 1 gear wheel. So we need 160 iron plates, and we need 80 copper plates in order to craft the required amount of science for just this 1 tech. So it'll be a while. We'll be back when it's done. Well, there we have it. We have automation 2. That's fantastic. Next tech, I don't know that much really matters. We do, yeah, that matters. Let's do those guys. They're going to need 10 research points, and I want those turrets because those turrets are going to be lifesavers. But the assembly machine 2 is what we really need here. So I need to gather 5 gears, 3 electronics, 9 iron plates. Now I built these guys, a couple of these burner inserters. You didn't see that, just to, you know, because I wanted to. It's totally unnecessary. I could just as efficiently, or even more efficiently, hand feed this stuff. But you know, who wants to do that when you can be awesome and use machines? And yeah, they're boiler or they're burner inserters, so they only consume while actually working. You'll notice their fuel line will not move at all, not even a single pixel, unless the arm moves. There you go. There you go. So they're not super hyper efficient, but they don't waste when they're not working, which is kind of nice. Just an idea. I don't see a lot of people doing this, but a feeding chest for assemblers is interesting. So every time I change this, instead of just like, hey, this chest has the 2 objects that I'm using for this assembler. Well, we're going to be using assemblers for a billion different things, or 1 assembler for a billion different things. Finished turrets there. Two. He's probably going to be okay now. Let him finish one more. We haven't. Oh, we don't have the copper. Well, I'm going to go and smelt a bit more copper. And then, yeah, I've got fuel on me. Good. I'm going to run up here and start a bit of copper smelting. Come on. Ooh, there's our tech. So that allowed us turrets. Then let's go ahead and do, I don't know, give me a decent gun would be nice, a machine gun. None of which we can do until we craft this assembly machine too. So let's do that. We got the plates. We need 5 gears and 3 electric circuits. There's the circuits. There's the gears. Now everything is white except for the assembly machine 1. So let's pull that. Hey, dude. Hey, stop that. He's just going to grab whatever and throw it on the ground because that's his thing. That's how he rolls. Oh, we don't need that. We need the gears, the circuits, and the plates. Now we also have the assembly machine 1 here. So we can make an assembly machine 2 that requires a craft, which of course we can't do because we shut that off. Let's go back to permissions. Edit this Drake dude guy's group. Let him craft for the moment. We don't trust him to do that on his own, so we'll go right back and make sure he doesn't screw everything up for us. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now I can't craft anything more. All right, assembly machine 2. Look at that beautiful blue thing. Doggy. He can do other things like make me drills. Ah, it's so beautiful. What is he going to craft next? Well, we have some stone furnaces and we have some. We don't have pipes. Why do you say we have pipes? Oh no, that's not pocket crafting, so it doesn't show me the yellows. I need to make pipes. Do we have iron plates? What do I need? I need. Are we gonna do an electric drill? I suppose we could. We'd need some power poles for that, so let's do that. Let's go grab a bit of wood. What can he craft in the meantime? I don't know. Craft me some gears. No, circuits. Craft me some circuits. Get me some circuits. Oh yeah, I have an assembler, or a dude here that's going to be able to do what he needs. There you go. Let's go chop down a handful of trees. So fast when we have this awesome high-tech tool called the pickaxe, made of some iron and a stick. Or is it? No, it's made of metal sticks, isn't it? I think it is. Isn't it like, it's actually, yeah, it's entirely iron. It's so beautiful. Ooh, I think I saw fishes. I love fishing. Actually, I don't. It's not a particular sport that I'm interested in, but it's cool in this game. These fish out here, if you get close enough, if they get close enough, you can grab them. Oh, there you go, like this guy. Num 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 num. It doesn't actually eat it. It puts it in your inventory, and you can use them to heal yourself later. It's wonderful. Actually, I want that locked there. Good, because everybody knows that's vitally important to the survival in Minecraft. This isn't Minecraft, Drake. In Factorios. So we've got the breakthrough that we needed. We're not going to be crafting anything more until we craft our boiler. Not boiler. Refinery. That's the word I'm looking for. This should be a decent chunk. We're going to hack up maybe, I don't know, 100 lumber in our inventory, and then we'll probably put in a cut here, and basically we've got the basics started. So I'm not sure how if this is going to be. This could be like a 45-minute episode, or it might be a 15-minute episode. I really have no grasp of how much time we've actually spent talking in the recording time. So I've got, well, it's not 45 minutes because I did some pausing in between, and we got 38 minutes on the clock, 37 minutes on the clock so far. So yeah, we'll basically be able to get some. Let's make wood there. That, make a whole bunch of it. We're going to be able to get everything from here on out is going to be made in assembly machines, with the exception of those 6 more crafts that we can do, and they'll probably be all oil refineries when we get there. So I appreciate you guys joining us for this series. If you are new to the channel, why not hit the subscribe button, or at least watch another video or two before you decide. There'll be more links coming up on the screen here for you. Sender button's going to give you the subscribe option. There's a fish. There's a fish. Nom, 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 nom. Actually, it's not. Yeah, they're just tasty for later. We have wriggly fishes. We have lots to go. We've just barely gotten through the really, really, really boring part. So from here on in, I can actually record and let you guys see everything as we go. There'll be at least something to do while we're working, like not staring at that particular screen for a while. But that's it for today. I got done enough that we can really get things rolling here. And yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. And if you want, throw some comments, suggestions on how you would handle this early one. And it's going to be a bit of a spaghetti factory. We're probably not going to build a real bus at all. We're going to be doing local, organic, natural, non-GMO'd Factorio. We'll see what comes of it. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I'll see you in game.